Happy Tuesday, my friends. It is Tuesday, July the 9th, 2024. This is the Free Three. And on today's episode, I have two MLB bets for you guys and a full loaded slate. And then we also have a little sprinkle on some soccer action as we have the semifinals in the Euro. So between France, Spain, I'm going to give you guys a winner in that one as well. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Now, yesterday was either a 2-1 day for you or a 2-0 day for you. Either way that you can look at it. And how is that? Because we cashed in first on the Braves and Diamondbacks first five under 4.5. Chris Sale didn't even pitch yesterday, and we still got it done. You love to see that. Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases, cashed in the first inning as he had a 2-run home run. No sweat there. You love to see it. Now, what is the bet that's in question? It's the Luis Robert Jr. and Jose Miranda to get one hit. Now, Jose Miranda got a hit. Luis Robert Jr. did not get a hit, but Luis Robert Jr. did not start the game. He came in as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning, but because the game went into overtime, or I guess extra innings in this case, he was able to get 3 at-bats in the matchup. So if your book graded it as the fact that, hey, he played and then he didn't get a hit, it's a loss, sorry for you. My book called it as a no action, so they canceled out the bet, even though Jose Miranda got a hit. I ain't mad at it because I got my money back. So either way, you either lost on the hitter parlay, which is still not too bad considering the fact that we cashed the other two bets, or you got your money back on the no action. I hope you got your money back on the no action. So 2-1 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. We're doing pretty well for the month of July, and a lot of handicappers out there right now aren't. I'm seeing people getting killed the left and right. So make sure you guys are practicing bankroll management. Make sure you are staying disciplined because the dog days of July are almost over. Well, I guess we do have a few more days in July, but August is right around the corner. We've got college football action back. We're going to have NFL preseason. So just hang in there, my friends, because I know it's tough in July. But if you are looking for winners, make sure you're coming back to the channel every single day. And how do you find out about these winners? It's by smashing that subscribe button and clicking that bell button as well. That bell button's key because you're subscribed to the channel, but you might not be getting notified when we drop these videos. And when you have a pick, like our first pick today, you want to make sure you have that bell on because you want to listen to the video as quickly as possible. So with that in mind, let's dive into this first winner for today. For my first best bet of the day, we do have an early start in this matchup, and that's because we're going to go to the semifinals of the Euro 2024, and we are going to go to the matchup between France and Spain as they're both facing off in the semifinal. You can see here I got my PSG jersey on, so that might tell you who I'm leaning with in this matchup, and I'm going to take France to advance, so don't just take them on the money line because that's just during regulation time. You need to take them to qualify or to advance, however your book has it, and you should be able to get that at plus 100 value. If it's at like plus 170 or plus 200, that is not to advance. That is the regulation time money line. Now, we do need them to advance because it takes an extra time and it also takes in penalty shootouts. That's how soccer is a little bit different in terms of handicapping. Why do I like France here today? Because I think Spain is a little bit overrated, okay? Spain has played great thus far in the tournament. Don't get me wrong, okay? They've shown a lot of fight, and that's what they were able to do in their last game against Germany, the host tournament team. Their backs were against the wall. Obviously, it was a hostile environment considering the tournament is in Germany right now. But this is the thing. Spain scored in the 119th minute. So they were 1 minute away from this game going to penalty shootouts, and who knows what could happen when you go to PKs. But Spain actually had the lead in the game. They scored in the second half, pretty early in the second half, and they had the lead, and they started playing drop defense. And then Germany was able to score in the last 5-10 minutes of the game to now force extra time. And then what happened in extra time is, like I said, Spain was able to score, but that was more of a Germany mistake that led to the goal than it was that Spain actually just went and grabbed that goal. If you watch the game, Germany ended up turning the ball over in their midfield. Spain got them in transition. They crossed it into the box. Rudiger mistimed his jump. He also misread the pass. He didn't realize there was the striker right behind him, which led to a wide open header, which led to Spain being able to score and them being able to win the game eventually. But why do I like France in this game? First and foremost, Spain's defense is going to be taking a hit. Not only does Spain like to play this possession style of soccer where they really want to hold the ball, they don't want you to be able to get out in transition. That is what they're going to have to do today against France because we saw them, one, do that against Germany, but two, France is one of the best teams in all of sports, or I guess in all of soccer, in terms of hitting you on transition. They've got Mbappe up top. We know how good he is. They've got Dembele on the wing. We know how fast he is. They've got Rabiot controlling the middle of the midfield. midfield. So they have a lot of weapons, and what France is going to look to do is counter Spain's attacks and be able to get them in transition. Now, the strategy has not worked thus successfully for France in this tournament thus far, as we've seen that their expected goals outside of penalty shooting is very low. They haven't even really been able to score goals outside of penalties thus far in the knockout stage. So that is concerning, but France's defense is better than Spain's defense because Spain is going to be missing two of their starters on the defensive side. Danny Carvajal, who has a ton of experience on the back line for Spain and probably their most active defensive back. He likes to get out and push up the field, get some crosses in there. He plays that wing very effectively. And then they're also going to be without Robin Le-Normand, who's another defender who's suspended for these matchups. Both of these guys are suspended because of red cards, accumulation of yellow cards. So they're missing two of their key defenders, and I think that France is going to be able to exploit that. But I mentioned I also like France's defense and how France has the better defense here because of the cornerback duo that they have with Saliba, and I don't know how to say this guy's name, but it's Upamecano, right? Both of these guys, both of these cornerbacks, I love playing with France in FIFA, by the way. So that's how I know these guys and how fast they are and how the aerial ability. I know this is real life, but that's what they've been able to do thus far in this tournament. They've been able to defend the box at a very high level. They've been able to win the jump balls or the headers, which have come to be actually mean a lot in this tournament, considering how little of scoring that we've had. But they've also been able to keep opponents over the last 5 matches to a non-penalty expected goals per game of only 3.7. That is the lowest in the tournament. What does that mean? Not including penalties, France's defense has been holding opponents to an expected 1 goal or less per game. They have yet to give up a goal thus far in this tournament, besides penalties. So because of that, again, I like France here. They also just have the experience. When you get to semifinals of major tournaments, experience matters. Keep in mind that this is a French team that was just in the finals for the World Cup. This is a French team that was just in the finals for the World Cup, and I'm pretty sure they were in the championship in the Euros as well against Italy. I could be wrong about that, but this is a French team that has the experience. They have veterans. They have a great coach in Didier Deschamps, and they've shown that they can beat you in different ways. They can beat you through the penalty shootout. They can beat you in extra time. So I like France here today. I think that Spain is a little bit overrated considering the fact that they just beat Germany. I'm taking France to advance. France has been in this situation before. They have the better defense. They also have the better offense. The key is just going to be what type of game is Spain going to look to play? Are they going to look to play possession type soccer, or are they going to do counterattacks, leave themselves vulnerable to how strong this France offense is? Considering what they did against Germany, I don't see that happening. This is a race, in my opinion, to see who scores the first goal, maybe 2. I'd say you can even take the under 1.5 goals. I mean, it's super juiced to the 2.5, but I like the under here, but I think France is going to win this game. So give me France to advance as our first pick of the day. Now, for our 2 baseball picks of the day, we're going to move pretty quickly here. Our first MLB winner of the day is going to come in the late night San Francisco Giants and Blue Jays matchup. I'm just going to go with the total here. This total makes no sense for me. I'm going to go over 7.5 minus 120 odds. Why doesn't this make sense? Typically, when you have a total at 7.5, you have 2 aces on the mound. But who's on the mound for these 2 guys? Yusei Kikuchi for the Blue Jays, Blake Snell for the San Francisco Giants. If you've been a fan of the channel, then you know that I like to fade Kikuchi. He's 4-8 on the year with a 4.12 ERA. He's coming off a start against the Astros where in 5 2/3 innings, he gave up a home run to go with 2 earned runs, and the Jays actually lost that game 9-2. The Jays have actually lost the last 4 straight starts for Kikuchi, and he's given up at least 2 earned runs in all 4 of those starts, and he's actually given up 4 earned runs or more in the previous 3 starts. You know what that's looking like in terms of the form that he's in. Now, Blake Snell, he's been on the injury list for the last month, and he really should have been there because he's pitched terribly since he started the regular season. 9.51 ERA. And before he got shut down, he faced the New York Yankees. He went 4 2/3 innings. He gave up a home run to go with 3 earned runs. He has yet to have a start this year where he's given up less than 3 earned runs. So who am I to bet against the fact that he's going to pitch like an ace today? He has looked good in his rehab starts, granted, and he has been striking out batters, which is good, but we always know Blake Snell struggles with the control. He's done controls with his pitch count. So if he can't go deep into this game and he's not pitching stellar, then that leaves it for the bullpen, and we've seen what that Blue Jays bullpen can do. So I'm going to over 7.5 as well. Both of these teams are actually top 10 in over the last month against left-handed pitching as well. Both of these guys are lefties, so I'm going to lean towards the offense. Give me the over 7.5. This this line's way too short for two pitchers that are just not in really good form. Now, for my third and final best bet of the day, I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I'm actually going to run it back from the same bet that we had yesterday. Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases, -140. So not as good of odds as we got yesterday, but because we cashed in the first inning, let's not be greedy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's run it back. It is a little bit of juice, but I'm willing to lay it. If you can lay it on a Nerfy, you can lay it on this. Why? Because Corey Seager has been absolutely dialed. He's got at least 2 total bases in 11 of the last 12 games, including 10 extra base hits. Yesterday, he hit a home run in his first at bat. He got another hit later on in the game. That's exactly what we're looking for. So we don't need a double. We don't need a home run, but we can just get 2 hits and we will still be good here. Over the past 2 weeks, since June the 23rd, he's batting .421. He has a .316 isolated power against right-handed pitching. And then now he's facing a pitcher in Contreras for the Angels, who is more of a pitch to contact type guy. He doesn't strike out a whole lot of batters, and we've seen that if he pitches 2-3 innings, because he's more like a middle reliever, that he is susceptible to give up hits. This Rangers offense has been on fire. They scored 9 runs yesterday. If you were inside the Discord group, I gave out their over-there hits against Davis Daniel that cashed in like the second inning. I like the way this Rangers offense is looking, and Corey Seager is playing a big part of that. He always grubs when he's in LA. I'm not overthinking it. Take over 1.5 total bases. If you want to hear more about the stats behind how great he's been doing, watch yesterday's video because I broke it down in more detail. Over 1.5 total bases, Corey Seager to tuck us in. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are headed your way on this Tuesday card. We're going to get the action started early in the Euro 2024. Give me France to advance to make it to the finals. And then when we look at the Major League Baseball slate, give me the Giants and Blue Jays over 7.5 runs. And then also give me Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases. I will for sure have more picks and plays inside the Discord group. We've been on an absolute amazing run inside the channel. Yesterday, we killed it and crushed it. So if you want some of the action, if you want some Nerfies, click the link in the description and I've got you guys. All right, my friends, let's get to that cheddar and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Later, gang.